Ready?
Yeah. Hi, this is a continuation of the previous PHP functions, arguments, type declarations. Please watch those before this. You'll get a better understanding. In this video, I'm going to talk about the arguments. What are the default argument values we pass? Assign default values to the arguments, the data. I gave like two examples. Let's see what it is. PHP tags. So I declare strict underscore types equal to 1. In the last video I discussed, when you put strict underscore types equal to 1, the parameters have to match. The parameters when defining have to match the parameters while you are calling the function. For example, function train weight. Integer $t weight equal to 1000. This is one parameter I defined as integer. This is the argument. When I call this echo, weight is $t weight, as is for printing a new line feed. So this is the definition of the function. I am invoking the function, calling the function with values. Train weight of 2000. So 2000 will get substituted here. It's an integer. It's going to print here. So output will be weight is 2000, right? Weight is 2000. Next time I call the function no values, I put null values. See what happens? It goes here and then I assign the default value equal to 1000. So if I call with a null value, it will substitute the actual default argument value, which is 1000. So weight is 1000. Third time I'm calling with the actual value. So it's going to go here 3000, weight is 3150. The value is printed. This is one example of how a default argument value is displayed when the value is not passed, when it is null value is passed as a parameter or argument from the function. Let's go to the next example, type declaration for return statement. See, in here we call the function with an argument and there is a type declaration for the arguments. Here, type declaration for return statement. For example, here return. You can actually specify a type declaration. Let's see what it is. So same PHP tags. PHP declare strict types equal to 1. You must remember strict types means data types must match between the function and while calling the arguments. So function multiply me integer $m1 integer $m2 colon int. So this is what I am talking about in this example. We are specifying the return value as int. Int. Everywhere is integer, so no problem, When you call return m1 star m2, just multiply the two numbers and display it. That's all we want. Echo multiply me 50 and 60. So when it goes here, it substitutes m1 for 50, m2 for 60. And result is 3000 when you multiply. That's what is printed here. 50 times 60 is 3000. I actually gave a third example here. Let's see what happens. This one, function add me, adding two numbers. Float of $f1, float of $f2. Floating point numbers, f1, f2. I am saying the output is integer, which is different from previous. Both are integer, everything is fine. Float, integer. Let's see what happens. In the return statement, I am putting f1 plus f2 then colon echo return f1 plus f2, right? And then echo add me, I'm calling the function with floating point values. See here dot, decimal values. Floating point is decimal values. 7.2, 8.2. When it goes here, it sees m1 is integer, m2 is integer, and return integer. So what happens? 7.2, 8.2, it does 14.4 should be printed, right? But let's see, 15.2. 15.2 should be, 15.4 should be displayed, but it displays 15. It truncates the decimal part because we are saying output we want is integer. It does the conversion, float is converted to int. 15.4 is converted to 15.0, which is 15. its truncated decimal part. So here I gave 3 examples about how to use the default arguments, how type declaration happens, conversion for argument values, for return values. So far we covered PHP variables in detail. I'm going to create more videos. Please watch my all other videos. I have hundreds of HTML, PHP database. Thanks for watching.